All right, let's get started here. Hello and welcome everyone. Tonight we are going to be casting Atlanta Crusaders versus Philadelphia Fright. Should be an interesting game tonight. I casted Philly Fright last week and they reverse swept the Chengdu Chads, which is an impressive feat. So we'll have to see how they handle the Crusaders, which is also a formidable team in of itself. So should be good to see what happens. Right now, still chilling in the lobby, getting everything together. Teams still getting in here, but we have majority of teams for both sides, so potentially we may get an almost on time start. So we hope and pray for an on time start. It's probably not actually going to happen. Also, thank you, Skittle, I think, or Skitly, for the follow. I appreciate it. All right. Well, it looks like we're going to be starting on Ilios today, so let me just hide chat so we can do the ritualistic viewing of Le Profile. And I have teams on the wrong side. Hold on one second. Let me do some flipsies. Nope, that's not it. This one? No. This one? Nope, the other one was right. I had it right the first time. And now this means I gotta swapsies these things, right? 'Cause this is, yeah, okay. Alrighty. Whoop. Oh! As I move assets around, which I'm sure is super entertaining for you all. But I think now everything is good. We could swap over to this screen. As we get ready to watch Philadelphia Fright face off on Ilios against Atlanta Crusaders, looks like for Philadelphia Fright, we're going to have Flank Bastion in at the main tank, Plat main tank, Weedy coming in, I think low diamond tank? Yeah. Sinister coming in for DPS along with Dippity, so it's gold. Dippity, I believe, is Plat. Diamond, actually. Half a lemon. And Beef Overload coming in at support, Diamond, and I believe Diamond again. Alright, they're going to be going up against Frost Spinner, who's coming in as a Plat tank with Dab Master also on tank. Master's tank. Mad Circle with the private account. Triton, who is a soldier player, and that's all I know about them. Soldier and hit scan, it looks like. Diamond DPS. Oh, and we're going. These people are ready to go, I guess.
Now arriving at Ilios.
Ilios. We're going to be starting out on Lighthouse.
Initiating
Good map
match.
for Farah, so should either team... Oop. Alright, kids, you know what that means. We are now into the 7th pause of the season. It's week 3, by the way. I have casted 4 games, and we are at 7 pauses. Is Frost not there for Philly? I think they're in the lobby, if I saw them. Frost Spinner is in. Or no, Frost Spinner's on the lobby. So they're just not playing this map. So they're not on the starting comp. Anyways. Not tonight, no. Lyseki. Okay, oop, but it looks like the pause is gone and we're gonna come back real quick. As I was saying, map has a pretty high skybox, a lot of maneuverability over the rooftop, so Farah's pretty decent, Echo's pretty decent. Widow you can play, Junkrat's pretty good here, as well as McCree and Soldier, which I know Triton I think likes to play the Soldier. If you can set him up on this little high ground, it's pretty neat. That's pretty good. Alright.
Ready for
Looks
battle.
like for the Atlantic Crusaders, we're going to have Frost Spinner on the Reinhardt, Dabmaster on the D.Va, Mad Circle on the Sim, Triton on the Reaper, Magnomly on the Lucio, and Chonk Babu on the Baptiste. That is a strong brawl comp. Meanwhile, for the side of Philly, we have the Rhine, D.Va, Weedy on the main tank. Dippity is going to be playing the support with Beef Overload on the Hanzo. Half a Lemon on the Lucio, and Sinister looks like it's going to be going on with May. Actually, Beef Overload going on to the McCree. Let's see this rollout. It's going to be a slightly slower rollout because, oh, but maybe not. We'll see. Does this teleporter?
Teleporter online.
Teleporter's down.
Move swiftly.
They're there. They're on point, setting up the turrets. Now they're kind of entrenched. Frostbinner is low. Nice flash on the Frostbinner coming out with Beam Overload. Sim is just going to charge up this beam though and start shredding through the team. Sinister goes down to the Symmetra. Turrets have been replaced. Immortality goes down to try and give them some protection to poke, but this is a fully charged Symmetra. Loose on your capture point. Never something you want to see. We put all the turrets in one corner, just because it's our favorite corner.
Teleporter online.
Setting up a teleport so they can get back to point in a hurry if need be. Alright, we do have a window on the side of Dippity. It's potentially, two windows on the side as well as a wall from Mad Circle on the enemy side. Potentially want a window up here. Windowing there, through the doorway, gonna do some nice poke damage. Wall comes out to counter the window. Nice split right down the middle of the window. Means that the damage is going to potentially be halved as long as you still play around the wall. Counter window also comes out from Chonk Babu as well as Frostbinner Shatter. Weedy Shatter is also big and the Blizzard is there. Everyone's frozen. That's a two-man fire strike. As Weedy just gets the second double kill. Nice shatter into the Blizzard. It was a hefty investment, but they did manage to flip the point, and they will still have D.Va Bomb for the next fight. In the meantime, we're about 80% D.Va Bomb. Might get into the next fight, might not. We'll see. I think this is going to come down to mostly mechanics, potentially a D.Va Bomb to cancel the aggression. Flank Bastion does have it at the ready. They're going to teleport above point, potentially drop down into it, force them to go back to point. They did cede a lot of ground. Triton is going to get the pick onto Beam Overload in the back. Oh, Weedy getting dangerous slow. Weedy is going to go down to Frost Spinner. Bomb? Nope. They're going to hold it for next fight. Going to hold it for next fight, but next fight there is going to be Dabmaster's D.Va Bomb as well as Triton's Death Blossom to contend with. Triton has been getting a lot of value off of this Reaper. Meanwhile, it looks like Beef Overload has struggled to contain him along with Sinister. He got most of the kills last fight. Alright, looks like we are pushing this high ground. Weedy also almost has Shatter, so we'll see. He's got great value out of it before. Gonna drop down immediately from the high ground. Do some poke damage. Gets the Shatter there. D.Va Bomb goes in. Shatter goes in with the D.Va Bomb. That is going to clear two people and manages to squash Frostbinner on the remake. Good investment, quick retake. Dabmaster trying to stall, but not going to stall quite enough. Off into the void with E.
I'm on fire.
Quick retake with just two ults invested, leaving them with both support ultimates, as well as a high noon. Meanwhile, for the attack, Atlantic Crusaders does still have both their tank ultimates online, a wall and a Death Blossom, as well as a window.
Teleporter online.
They're going to teleport up top. Are they going to try and get this Death Blossom into position? He's going to teleport out of the teleport. Man wants to do it. Death Blossom comes out, but it is going to get... Ooh, it is still going to get both supports, even though the Defense Matrix did eat a bunch of it. The freeze does come out. The freeze is good. It's going to get two people. Self-destruct sequence also comes out for fun, I guess. Maybe they needed to remake. Either way, it is getting into a last fight territory with the Atlantic Crusaders holding on to the point. They are about to have both support ultimates in the tank here. Chonk Babu with window, and Magnomly is probably going to get beat by the time that they're here. Dippity and Beef Overload does have it. I'm guessing a high noon here. There we go. Good patience on the high noon. Is going to manage to get the D-Mech onto Dabmaster. Flank Bastion also is going to get two, but Triton is still on the point and manages to get to himself. himself with Frostspinner getting another Mad Circle, getting Flank Bastion, and then Triton is going to get the last one. And that is going to be the first map segment going to the Atlanta Crusaders.
Shadows.
Score 1.
It's not Weedy's Reaper, Allie, it's Triton's. Weedy is on main tank. He's in main tank jail.
Ready for battle.
Although Weedy, I will say, Weedy, in this league, if you're new to the league, Weedy was known as a Reaper specialist for quite a long time. It is actually still, for me, very weird to see him playing tank, because his Reaper is extremely nasty. Okay, looks like we're going to have a swap. We're going to have Weedy going over to the Sigma, Flank Bastion going over to the Reinhardt, Sinisters on the Tracer, Beef Overload coming out on the Widow. Oh, never mind. Swap to the McCree and Echo. Never mind, back to the Tracer. Mad Circle and Triton still on this heavy brawl comp. Probably not going to work quite as well on this point given the long angles and the openness of it, but still can get good potential as long as you can get them to, as long as you can close the gap between the enemy team and you. I think they'll be fine here, but it is, ooh, nice flashbang onto 2 people from Beef Overload. They are going to close the distance really nicely. Some pressure on the supports from Triton as well as on the main tank. Sinister's trying to get a flanking angle, but it's really hard to flank into a team that has both a Sim and a Reaper that has a lot of damage coming at you without very need for target specificity. Alright, everyone's getting pretty low. Mad Circle's getting dangerously low here. Sinister's going to take out one, Beef Overload's going to take out Triton. Sinister's going to clean up a second kill, and then right now it looks like this is just going to be last minute cleanups for the end. Oh, you meant that you missed the Weedy Reaper? It's nice seeing him on tank. I missed the Weedy Reaper too. We should do an old, if we could, do an old RF All-Stars game. Oop, nice teleport up to the high ground from here. Dabmaster does have Graviton Surge coming into this fight. There is also a window up from Dippity. Teleporter is going to go down. They didn't actually get much value off of that. Grab comes out as well as a lift. High Noon coming from Weedy. Beef is going to manage to get 2 with that before just dying to Dabmaster, but it does look like Philadelphia Fright will continue to hold this point despite the investment of grab. There wasn't really any space for everyone to follow up in that grab. Everyone got lifted into the air and the High Noon was incredibly effective. It's still a good combo. And it looks like Half a Lemon is on his way to taxi someone. Yeah. Get Dippity back in there, man. Alright, Frostspinner does have a shatter. Mad Circle has the wall to push in, as well as Chonk Babu with the window. Let's see if there are 2 shatters in play. Flank Bastion also has theirs. Let's see. Wall comes out. Pulse Bomb does come out. Pulse Bomb doesn't manage to find it. Flank Bastion does manage to get the shatter off. Beat comes out from Half Lemon, does manage to find all of them, although most importantly doesn't find their tank. Flank Bastion does go down to Triton. Mad Circle getting Weedy. Triton getting Half Lemon. Sinister does manage to get the Baptiste in the back and is stalling it out on point, but not long for this world. It's quickly cleaned up, and then it goes to Atlanta Crusaders. Also, thank you, Monster Dweller, for the follow. I appreciate it. Triton also gets a nice stagger kill on to Beef Overload. Or was that later? And I just missed it because I said the follow thing. Possibly missed it. Yeah, no, Beef Overload's back. It's not a stagger. Alright, they're going to be pushing in again. They don't really have any ults. They're coming up on High Noon and coming up on Window, but they're going to push into this without necessarily a plan. Frostspinner still has Shatter. Triton has Death Blossom. Where is Triton? Ooh, they did an interesting rotate around, but Weedy fell down on the ground and is very low and out of position here. Is going to get cleaned up. High Noon comes out, is going to find Chonk Babus. And Sinister does manage to get Frostspinner with the stick. Triton is going to manage to get Half a Lemon before Beef Overload cleans him up, but that is going to be Philadelphia's point capture. No ultimates except the... Oh no, they got the Pulse Bomb and High Noon. Ooh, killed in the cast. That is huge for Philadelphia. That's a majority of the stall gone. Dippity is going to cast Window just to have it in place for any potential contest coming in. Weedy is going to manage to get Mad Circle. Nice shatter block from Flank Bastion. Lift coming out from Dabmaster. Death Blossom is going to manage to get Beef Overload, but this is also going to manage to get Flank Bastion. Weedy is going to do a lift of their own. Magnomaly is still here. Magnomaly is very low. almost dead, is going to go down to Weenie, but it is now 3-3 on this point, 3-2. As it looks like Atlanta is not going to let this point go. Just barely managed to hold on here. They did have to invest everything in that, and Flank Bastion almost has Shatter, Sinister almost has Pulse. So based on economy, I would say I think Philadelphia is kind of okay with this point loss, as they can get a lot going on. Shatter comes down, that is 3 people on the ground. Immortality comes out to save them, but it doesn't save them for long. Beef Overload is going to clean up both Frostspinner and Triton with a little assist from Sinister off of that Shatter. And then they're just going to muscle their way back onto capturing the point. Gotta actually kill the Lucio, capture the point. Tracer is back here to stall. Cap does manage to go through. Lift coming out from Dabmaster is going to manage to get Weedy, but the Immortality is there. The mana is safe, and Sound as well as the E to give him some extra shield. Beat comes out from Half a Lemon. This is very strong. Window comes out. It's a little awkward because he's trying to place a buff to help his team, but you know, okay. Sinister does manage to get the pick on to Dabmaster and is looking for another target. Does manage to find Chonk Babu and shoot him in the ass, and that is going to be a map cap for Philadelphia Fright.
Score 1-1.
All right.
Ready or battle.
We're going to be doing all the maps on Ilios, it looks like, as we go into, well, the favorite map of all Lucio players. So, very exciting. Let's see, how do I get out of here? Yeah. Let's go see the pit.
5,
The pit, the pit, the pit, the pit, the
3,
pit.
2, 1.
Looks like we are going to have a pharmacy, there it is, with Triton going over to his hit scan main, Frostspinner on the Orisa, Dabmaster on the Sigma. Meanwhile, we have Flank sticking on the Reinhardt, Weedy still on the Sigma, Sinister going over to the Echo. Late to the party, although very far back. Beef Overload still on that McCree. They're doing so well, and support's unchanged. Oof is going to go down to Frostspinner old though. Desperately trying. They already have a foot on point, managed to get the first cap just by better positioning from the Crusaders, forcing the Frights to back off and regroup. They're going to see this without trying to give as little ult charge as possible to the Atlantic Crusaders so they can regroup and fight again as 6 smart play.
Activating the barrier.
Oop, looks like Weedy's going over to the Reinhardt. Meanwhile, Flank Bastion is going over to the D.Va. Some hero swaps happening. Dippity almost has Window. Meanwhile, Chonk Babu is only on 40%, so we have a nice lead here. Are they going to use it aggressively to try and do this retake? Rotating around through the Lighthouse to try and avoid the Pharah damage. Immortality does go down early, but Frostspinner is going to get the pick onto Dippity. Justice Reigns from above doesn't manage to find anything. Beef Overload is going to take down Mad Circle. Half Lemon gets a boop onto Dabmaster into the pit with the Beef Overload getting dangerously low, forced to duck and hide, but is going to manage to find Triton while he's running for his life on 41 HP, ladies and gentlemen. Still going to manage to get Triton. Triton does get res. Half Lemon is going to manage to, whoop. Half Lemon is going to boop Triton. And Mad Circle is going to manage to get Beef Overload before Mad Circle also gets Sinister on the Echo, and it is a cap? I think it's just Dabmaster stalling right now. Yeah. Dabmaster is going to stall. Oh, no wait, we still have a stall here. It is not a point cap yet. Ooh, into the pit with They are going to get a shit ton of percentage out of this, even though they are feeding ults like crazy. That is 82% before Philadelphia Fright manages to finish that fight and clean it up, which is quite impressive. They also have a Bongo going into next fight, as well as both support ultimates and almost a Visor. Meanwhile, we almost have a Shatter copy. We have another Window. Beat as well as High Noon. Let's stick with Beef Overload and see what this hit scan player can do. Putting in overtime, trying to contain Mad Circle on the Pharah. Lift comes out. is going to manage to get Beat Overload. Beat comes out. Ooh, trying to hit the shot. Ooh, Mad Circle is dangerous low in the back. Dabmaster did manage to get Sinister, although the copy is down as well. Is going to manage to get the Mega. Flash fan that man. There we go. It's not a disrespect, it's using the full kit. Frostspinner is still on point, has Bongo if they need it, but this looks like they are going to get Diva Bomb out of it. But this looks like potentially a loss. I don't know, Triton got to pick onto half a lemon. Triton over here getting that nice Mercy Pocket instead of the Pharaoh, which is dead right now, I guess. Technically, I think Mad Circle is back. Mad Circle is back. Oh, Magnomely's found him. Does have Barrage, is going to manage to clean up Weedy. Frostspinner is going to get Sinister. Beef Overload does get Mad Circle. Beef Overload also manages to get Frostspinner. Frostspinner is going to get resurrected. Lift is active, is going to manage to get half a lemon here. And Frostspinner is going to manage to kill Dippity, and Beef Overload is going to get cleaned up. And that is a slow retake, but it is getting into last fight territory. It is going to be a rush to contest this point. Beef Overload might not get back in time. Meanwhile, Weedy almost has Shatter, and they are creeping up on the 99 point. Someone's got to contest. It is going to be Flank Bastion going there to get the touch. High Noon coming out. Is going to manage to get both the Pharah and the Mercy in the sky. Window does come out from Chunk Babu, though, with sights, and that is going to clean up Beef Overload. Flank Bastion, as well as, you know, the rest of Philadelphia Fright. And that looks like it's going to be first map going to Atlanta Crusaders.
Victory.
Nice job, Atlanta. Close map. Let's hope we have that for the rest of the game. Could be potentially an exciting one tonight.
Play of the game.
Weedy's going to get the play of the game, I believe, with that sextuple kill he had earlier. The 5-man shatter, I think, into the Blizzard.
Triple, quadruple, quintuple,
Yep.
kill.
There we go. Alright, let's update the score. Give Atlanta that 1 point. I will say not to count out Philadelphia Fright. As I said earlier in the cast, they did pull off a reverse sweep last week, so I know they have it in them to rally after defeat. So we will see what happens next. And it is their map pick of any map type in the selected map pool for the week, which this week, week 3, could be any assault, escort, or hybrid that is Anubis, Volskaya, Hanamura. Could do Havana, Junkertown, Route 66, Rialto, Blizzard World, Eichenwalde, excuse me, and Hollywood. So we have a lot going on today. We have a lot going on today. I thought this was disabled. There we go. All right. I guess I can go to this screen while we wait. Move this 0 down a little bit. It needs to be down a little more. There we go. Oh, are they even? No, they're not. Perfect. Looks like we are sitting and waiting for people to pick a map and decide what to do. I mean, I don't know what map they're gonna pick. I mean, I don't know. I think, like I said, that one was really close in terms of who wins and who loses. I just think that at the end, Crusaders managing to stall out that first fight for so long gave them such an advantage in that last map. Like, I think they got it to 80%, and it was one long fight. They just managed to get first cap because they had better positioning in the very first instance. So that's like one tiny little mistake that kind of snowballed on the Frights. I don't really think there's like anything that they were like really struggling with. It was just tiny mistakes. So I just guess they're gonna pick a map that best suits their strength. Last time, I think they picked Anubis when they were in a kind of back, but that was in a back against the wall scenario, so they may want to save that in their back pocket. So we'll see. We'll see what they pick. I'm not entirely certain what they will pick. Just chilling, waiting for people to pick a map. Also, we did have, who was it? It was on, who was the other DPS besides Triton that was here? I don't know. I don't know who was the other DPS besides Triton? I literally forgot it. I just saw them in the game. They were on Pharah. They were on Pharah. Oh gosh. Mad Circle? I think it was Mad Circle. Yeah, Mad Circle is left, so we'll see. Maybe we're waiting for them to come back. Come back at some point. Who knows? Oh, sorry for the yawn. I am quite tired as I have been working both days this weekend with very little break. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a lineup shift. Frost Spinner is gonna stick on the main tank, but it looks like we're bringing in Acid, which is their Zarya Masters. Oh, 3900 Masters Zarya player. Dang. Dang, dang. Well, Diva as well, but mostly they're known for their Acid's known for their Zarya. And we also have that Jubrock coming in for Triton, Dabmaster shifting down to DPS. And it looks like we're going to be going to Route 66 in the next bit. So let's take a gander. Let's look at this. Beautiful. Look at that. 3,900 on the dot. Did they just do their... Yeah, they just did their placements. Okay. Yeah, they were 40-29. Yeah. 50% win rate on Diva. Let's look at the Zarya stats although. All competitive seasons. Zarya. 57% win rate. 9 hours. Average is about 12k per 10 minutes. 43% view accuracy. Average energy is around 43%. Nice. Looks like we're gonna go whenever we're gonna go. Whenever the teams get their shit together. And it's gonna be now. They're gonna get their shit together right now.
Traveling to Route 66.
Alrighty, Route 66. Interesting map. A long escort map, actually. Very long and winding. So, let's see. What are they gonna bring? Oh no, they did some swaps while I wasn't looking. Dabmaster is out. Triton is back in for the side of the Atlantic Crusaders. Meanwhile, no team swaps on the side of Philadelphia Fright. Let's see. I'm guessing Acid's going to be going over to Sigma. Frost Spinner on the Orisa. Triton on the shoulder. Soldier. That Jubrock on the Hanzo. Magnomly on the Mercy. Chonk Babu on the Baptiste. Flank Bastion's going to be on the Diva. Weedy on the Reinhardt. Sinister on the Sim. Dippity on the Baptiste. Half a lemon on the Lucio. Beef Overload on the McCree, rocking the summer skin. It is safe to swim out here as long as Beef Overload is here. Alright, let's stick. I'm actually quite curious where this teleporter, if it's going to go at all, where it's going to go.
Attackers incoming.
They are by themselves in this door.
Escort the payload.
Are they doing the teleporter just to get on top of Big Earls? Is that what's gonna happen? Big Earls being the gas station here?
Bad guys, heads up.
Yes, that is exactly what they're doing.
Teleporter online.
We're gonna go contest. Nice job. The setup. Frost Spinner was really not ready for this. Nice pull on the team, but is forced to drop and lose that advantageous high ground spot. Acid is going to get the pick on to Beef Overload, and that Jubrock is going to get the pick on to Dippity, but Weedy does manage to get Frost Spinner with Flank Bastion killing the Immort there. Ooh, very low. Does manage to teleport out. Flank Bastion is going to go down to that Jubrock, and that looks like attack repelled, but the payload is still getting progress here. Not everyone's cleaned up. Oof, nice shot onto half a lemon. Triton and is going to clean up Weedy as well as Sinister. That is going to be a full reset. Are we going to stick with this Symmetra is what I'm curious about. 70% ult, probably worth it. Probably worth it. We do have a lift from Acid, almost a dragon as well from that Jubra. Oh, looks like they're going to be going up, not underneath, through main. No, they are going underneath. Underneath, and then they're teleporting straight through. Dragonstrike really managed to only kill Weedy as the rest had teleported out. He had stayed to defend the teleporter. Unfortunate, as that is still the main tank. Flank Bastion goes in to try and get the pick on to the Hanzo that jumped down. Beef Overload is going to manage to kill that Jubrock, but Triton has managed to take out Sinister as well as Beef Overload, and now they're kind of stuck in this awkward spot. Flank Bastion is going to just try to get out and not regroup with Weedy. Manages to do that. Res comes out for that Jubrock as Weedy manages to escort both his supports and D.Va out. That's pretty impressive. I thought they were dead in that gas station. In the meantime, we have... Oh, nice pick from Beef Overload. That Jubrock goes down again right after the res. Teleports straight onto people in Big Earl's. Lift comes out, although from Immort, Acid does manage to get the pick onto Dippity, is forced to turn around and deal with Beef Overload, although, who is dangerously low on cart, is going to get cleaned up. Half a lemon does use Beat to try and save team defending. We do have tanks and stuff. That man, Acid just went fucking flying. Holy guacamole. Frostbitter is still here fighting off Weedy inside the gas station. Chonk Babu does go down to Flank Bastion. Wall comes out from the Symmetra. Triton does manage to get Dippity after Magnomaly reses. Frostbitter is getting dangerously low. Magnomaly is desperately trying to kill him, but it's going to go down to Sinister. And then that's just the power of the Symmetra. Acid does manage to clean up the Sim. That Jubrock is going to get half a lemon, and it looks like we continue to hold for the side of Atlanta Crusaders. After quite the hectic fight.
Voel me stukken beter.
They see Beef Overload standing there. Oh, team is coming to high ground. Sinister does swap to the Echo. They have a D.Va Bomb to work with as well as a Window and a High Noon, but there is a Bongo on the side. And that is an early pick on to Weedy, but the Dragon is going to get eaten by Flank Bastion. Half of them is going to pick onto that Jubrock. Sinister is going to get a pick onto Acid. High Tide comes out. That is a Window. Ooh, and the D.Va Bomb is just good. That is 2 down to the D.Va Bomb. Window High Noon, not entirely necessary. Everything in the tank, and potentially they can get back fast enough to recontest this last 10 seconds. Are they going to do it, or are they going to back off? It looks like they're going to back off and regroup, and it is going to be a capture point. This map is going to continue into the second phase of the streets of Route 66. Sinister is going to go back to that Symmetra. Interesting pick, potentially the teleporter, giving them a little more vertical mobility than this team would normally have. Still interesting. Acid does have the lift ready and waiting. The Pocket Triton also has the sights available for him. The team has teleported behind them. Interesting. Triton does manage to get the pick onto Dippity in the rotate, although that is main support down for Philadelphia Fright, which is quite awkward. Half Lemon is going to try and boop them off or escape. Half Lemon is probably going to die. Sinister does manage to get picked. Half a Lemon actually manages to survive that. Interesting rotations coming out from Philadelphia Fright. I think they're trying to be a little too fancy at times. They're not really set up to... I mean, I guess they're kind of set up to brawl. So teleporting into them wouldn't be the worst. Looks like we're gonna teleport again. They are gonna teleport again. Managed to catch Acid by surprise, but he does have the eat for a reason. Lift comes out, but Immort comes out, so the lift is only going to kill Weedy. Tactical Visor is active. Beat is up. Tactical Visor already killed Sinister, although an Acid killed another, so that is kind of a beat too late. Half a Lemon is going to manage to get the pick onto that Jubrock and then get out. Ooh, nice D-Mech onto Flank Bastion. That will be is going to just sacrifice themselves for the remeching of Respawn.
Fully healed.
Getting into last fight territory here, Frostspinner has Bongo. Magnomaly has the Valk, that Brock has the Dragon Strike. Meanwhile, on the side of Philadelphia Fright, we really only have this window here.
30 seconds remaining.
The teleporter is just getting beamed down. They are wise to their ways. Acid is isolated and is going to get picked by Weedy. Triton does manage to get the pick onto Sinister. Beef Overload going over to the Hanzo. Window coming out, but the Dragon Strike is still there. That is Dippity going down to the Dragon Strike. The Bongo is just too much damage, but the window also hurts. Beef Overload is going to pick onto Magnomaly. Weedy getting the pick onto that Brock. Flank Bastion is going to clean up Frostspinner. Weedy's going to clean up Triton, and it's just Acid left. We're back in overtime. Acid and Triton, I think. Acid does have lift, is going to manage to get Sinister, but Half Lemon is going to clean them up. And they are on the cart, desperately trying to hold it here. Flank Bastion trying their best to body block a bit and prevent them from contesting point. And they do manage to do that. They did not get a contest, and we are going into the third phase of Route 66 in overtime both times. So when I say that Philadelphia Fright manages well under pressure, I really mean it. Like, they do their best when their back is against the wall. We are still on the Symmetra, although I don't know where exactly they're going to teleport in this long corridor. I guess they're going to teleport to the truck and try and get up there.
60 seconds remaining.
We're making some choices. I feel like he's spending so much time looking for a teleport that it's just like, I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Teleport onto them in the back. Lift does come out from Acid. Immortality is there to save them, as well as a wall. That Brock is going to get the pick onto Dippity. Magnomaly is going to get 2 picks. That's both DPS down for Philadelphia Fright, as well as a main support. And it looks like that is all she wrote. Magnomaly getting dangerously low, but is going to back out and regroup with the team. I will say props to Half a Lemon for, in this map, managing to get out alive in almost every fight where I don't think they should be able to. Like, this is a slippery little frog man right here. I don't know how they pulled this off, but they've done it like 6 times now.
Time is running out.
We're teleporting again onto them, teleporting and speeding, being committed to make the aggression. Good window comes out. Beef Overload's gonna get 3 with the Dragon Strike onto the high ground from the low ground. Acid is still up, although, as well as that Brock on the Reaper, which is a consistent property. That Brock is going to get cleaned up by Sinister. Beef Overload taking out Acid. And now it is Flank Bastion waiting. This man wants to check the bomb. Are they going to window Diva Bomb? Bongo comes out, and we're going to just drop the Diva Bomb on that Bongo. No thank you, sir. Managed to get Magnomaly with that, as well as the Immortality. Weedy does manage to take out Frostspinner. Beef Overload takes out that Brock. And we are in full stall mode on the side of Atlanta Crusaders. The Wrecking Ball is here, but it is not enough. Philadelphia Fright is going to finish Route 66 despite hitting overtime twice in that push.
To 3.
Nice
Switching
job.
sides.
All right.
Initiating
Let's
match.
see how the Atlanta Crusaders choose to respond to that push. Did win the last map. They are coming out on a high. Can I knock over? This is... I was about to say. Invisible walls, man. Alrighty. Let's see what Philly wants to do for the defense and Atlanta for the attack.
Ready for battle.
Looks like we got some copycats. Symmetra coming out with that Brock going over to the Reaper, a little bit more traditional brawl with the Rhine Diva here coming out from Atlanta. We also have a Rhine Diva on the defense with a Sim, but this time Beef Overload is going to be on the Hanzo. A little more pick potential here and a little more distance and range potential. Interesting. Double Sim on Route 66. Very interesting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And is going to go up and Sonic the front door. Doesn't manage to catch anyone, but does see them coming up on the high ground. Is going to back off when they start damaging him. No one's a fan of that. Teleport is going to come out. They're going to try and do the same teleport onto Big Girls, but they're not there, guys. They're not there. They're right here. And they're just on this high ground. Oh, desperately trying to get shielded. The Sim Orbs do hurt, although they hurt quite a lot. Acid is going to drop. Nice job. Jump. Ooh, drop jump. From Beefo. That is a shatter coming out from Weedy. Doesn't manage to find any kills off it. Actually goes down to that Jubrok, but everyone is pretty low on the side of Atlanta. It looks like, ooh, that's going to be Sinister going down. Half-11 also going down. Triton is fully charged and ready to bring the pain, and it looks like they're just going to chase all the way up. Acid almost has Diva Bomb ready and waiting. Triton has Wall, well, Chonk Babu has Window. Beef Overload does have Dragons, and Dippity is almost at Window. But we'll see, we'll see. Last contest coming in potentially for this first point. They managed to get across bridge. That is again an interesting window. Wall comes out. Dippity is going to get, oh, the immortality is weird when you're jumping the placement. We have multiple walls here. It makes it hard to see who's who. Triton is managing to get the upper hand with the turrets already set up, as well as the high charge. Ready Acid helping with the cleanup, as well as Frost Spinner, and that is going to be a .1 going to the Atlanta Crusaders. They have almost 5 minutes in the time bank. They still have Diva Bomb, they also have Shatter, and they have the Window. Are going to teleport up to the high ground here. Set up some turrets to try and dissuade them from going through there. Are going to be forced to turn around and deal with those turrets lest they charge us in with all Weedy getting super low. They're having to back up and regroup a bit. They are just going to teleport out of there. That is quite smart, repositioning entirely around the team. Diva Bomb does come out from Acid. Doesn't manage to find anything beside the immortality, although we also have a swap onto Reaper from Beef Overload. Now we are doing mirror comps essentially from both of these teams. Beat comes out from Half-11 to encourage aggression onto the team. Shatter comes down also from Frostspinner, as well as Weedy. Frostspinner's is slightly better. Chonk, Babu, and Acid getting kills off of it. Triton's turret kill. That Jubrok also invests in the Death Blossom, which is going to get 2 kills, and that is going to be a cleanup on the Philadelphia Pride here as they continue to push through the second half of the second point. Still have a wall here also ready for when they decide to, or when Philadelphia decides to push into them. Gonna set up those turrets again. All in the same place. They're gonna teleport out again from this great place. Oop. Diva Bomb doesn't manage to find anything. Wall against the Diva Bomb. Weedy is dangerous, though. Weedy is going to get down to Magnomaly here. And then we just have Beam, the all-powerful Beam. That's going to get Triton a triple kill off of holding F1 skillfully. Payload hits the second checkpoint, and we are now into the third phase of Route 66 with 4 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock. Turrets going over to prevent any sort of action on that high ground, as well as the left high ground. As they kind of just set up and camp here and wait for Philadelphia.
Such a lack of imagination.
Turret is going to go down. Looks like Weedy's actually, they're going over to a double shield comp flank fashion on the Arisa. Weedy on the Sigma, Sinister going over to the Echo. Half-11 on the Zenyatta off the Lucio. And we decided they want a little more DPS, a little less speed. They do manage to teleport. Nice pull, keeps them all in. Magnomaly is going to get the kill onto that. Acid is going to get the pick with that Diva Bomb, and then goes for the squash kill. Doesn't manage to get it. That Jubrok cleaning up both supports. And now it is time to push the cart. We still have support ultimates, as well as almost a Death Blossom on a line for that Jubrok for when they next contest. Beef Overload does have their Death Blossom ready and waiting if they can manage to get into position to use it and close the gap on the team. Window is out, although from Chonk Babu, but Beef Overload does manage to get Frostspinner. Immortality is out, and then that is the signal. Is going to get mostly eaten by Acid. Death Blossom coming up from that Jubrok, and is going to find 2, both Beef Overload as well as Flank Bastion there. And that is going to be a capture for Atlanta Crusaders, almost 4 minutes on the clock.
Score 3-3. Switching sides.
Philadelphia Fright is going to get one more minute on the
Initiating
timer to
match.
make their push, but we'll see here. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think Atlanta's just being a little bit more aggressive and they're a little faster to commit to a plan and commit to moving forward. Philadelphia Fright's a little slower to get these rotations
Ready
off,
for battle.
and I think that's where they're struggling. All right. Looks like
Attackers
for
incoming
Atlanta on
in
the
30
defense, we're going to go
seconds.
with the double shield again.
Soon
Triton
you'll
on the
see if
soldier, that Jubrock on the
hypotheses are correct.
Hanzo. And then we have
Greetings.
Mercy back.
Executing pre-combat.
For Philadelphia Fright, we have Flank Bastion on the Diva, Weedy on the Reinhardt, Sinister on the Symmetra, with Dippity on the Baptiste, Half Element on the Lucio, and Beef Overload on the McCree.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's
Attackers
see
incoming.
where they decide to go.
Escort the payload.
You managed to catch out that Jubrock trying to get some stuff. They know they have a sim though. Chonk Babu's going to get a great pick onto Beef Overload. There is no res on this side for that man. Are they going to wait for them to respawn? No, they're going to continue to push the card, but they're trying to be very careful of sight lines. Push the card as kind of they have hard cover, but pull is an ability that exists. They managed to pull Sinister around the corner, and Acid managed to get the rock kill off on them. Weedy also getting dangerously low, but isn't going down quite yet. Potentially just a lot of charge for their support ultimates. Dippity already at 70%, meanwhile Chonk Babu is only at 30.
10 seconds remaining.
They're going to regroup and then get on this high ground. Teleporter goes down. Teleporter is up now. Teleport onto the big Earls is going to result in immediate demec from Flank Bastion as Acid is on the flank there. Overtime is here. They got to stay on the card as well. Frostbinner manages to get two. Triton's going to get the demec. Window is down, but it's too little too late. The lift is in. Gets some damage onto Weedy. Visor is also in, gonna manage to clean up Dippity as well as Weedy. Res comes out for that Jubrock and Half Element goes down, and that is as far as Philadelphia Fright is going to be able to push it. Now that is quite a doable checkpoint for 4 minutes. This is looking pretty good for Atlanta Crusaders, but it is not over yet. Let's wait and see what Philadelphia Fright has to offer here. There's my cat. It says hi. What do you want, cat? What do you want, cat? Yes, yes. Come here. You want to say hi? That's not saying hi. Oof, you're stinky. What happened to you? Alright. Back at it again on Route 66. Alright, we only have to go,
Ready for battle.
I think 50 meters? No. Yes, 50 meters it resets. So, it's not far to push, really just around the corner here from the starting point of the payload.
Attackers
I'm going to stick
incoming
with
in
that
30
Sim
seconds.
Reaper comp that worked so well for them in the past. Meanwhile, Philadelphia being a little more indecisive. Not quite sure what they're going to pick. They do have Weedy on the main tank, but it looks like they're going to do double shield. Oh, no, never mind. They're going to do the Ryan Diva. Sinister's going to go over to the Sim. Beef Overload's still thinking about it, but is going to go over to the McCree.
5, 4.
They have 5 minutes to
3,
get set up here on
2,
Big Earls and try and
Attackers
get
incoming.
everything in place.
Stop the payload.
Looks like we're going to be pushing this high ground to teleport over to Big Earls once again. Teleport does come. They do try to destroy it, don't manage to. The boop is almost good. Acid is going to get the pick onto Sinister, although off of that, that is one player down. The Diva is getting dangerously low. Flank Bastion super low on the remake. Immortality is down. Immortality is dead. Focus on to Beef Overload. That is going to be another cleanup kill for Acid, and Acid is also going to get Weedy off of that. And this defense is crumbling before our very eyes. Unfortunate. They are almost there. It is just Sinister here fighting on top of Big Earl. Sinister is going to get cleaned up by that Jubrock. Triton also has wall should they try to push aggressively at all, or it looks at all dicey for his team as they are on the last stands here. Right before the capture point, just trying to... Window comes out from Dippity. Frostbender is going to manage to get two, although Triton's turret does manage to get one, as well as get as well as he manages to get Beef Overload. Whew, tired today. Alright, and now it is just Sinister here stalling on the Tracer. Is going to get cleaned up by Triton, and then we push it into the final place,
Victory.
and Crusaders is going to take a second map here, up 2-0. Nice job,
Play of
Crusaders.
the game.
Play of the game is going to go to Beef Overload, probably that triple kill with the Dragon Strike from earlier. Yes. Just beautifully placed. The aggression from the team means that they weren't at all looking in the direction of Beef Overload's Dragon and weren't fast enough to move out of the way. Oof, 2% from Greatness Acid. 2% from Greatness. Alright. It is now match point for the Atlanta Crusaders, and it is still Philadelphia Fright's map pick of any map type except for an escort map, so that means they have to go to hybrid or an assault map. So let's see what they do. I would be discouraged, but this is Philadelphia Fright, and like I said, they just did a reverse sweep. Let's see if they can do it again, guys. Let's see if they can do it again. Going back to lay timeout screen. Lay timeout screen. It is looking really good for Atlanta Crusaders. They have been really clean with it thus far. I mean, Acid is always fucking phenomenal to watch. Triton's a really good soldier player, and that G-Brock hasn't screwed up yet. As well as Magnoblin and Chonk Babu just holding the support line with Frostspinner doing well on the tank. But there have also been really good plays on the side of Philadelphia Fright. Beef Overload's been consistently good on DPS. Deputy's really crazy at getting that window charge fast as hell. Half a Lemon's got great survival instincts, and Weedy has managed to pull out a crazy ass shatter once or twice, with Flank Bastion rocking it on the Diva. So I think there is still time for Philadelphia to turn this all around. We'll see if there are any swaps, any changes. Oh, looks like we are actually going to go to a halftime. We're going to be starting in some time, which means I now have to fill dead air when I am, to be frank, a little brain fried. So I can tell a funny story. While I was working yesterday, not today, yesterday, apparently someone broke into my workplace through a window, managed to injure themselves on the window, and just leave blood like everywhere all over my workplace, which I, of course, had no idea was happening because I was in a dark room running an experiment on my rats. And so I walk out to try and go home and feel like I step into a horror movie. It was quite the experience. And my instinct, because I, of course, had no context for someone has broken in, my instinct was someone is grievously injured. This is quite a lot of blood. I should find this person. So not only did I see the blood trail, I followed the blood trail into the basement to see if there was a person at the end of this blood trail, because also I was kind of curious and potentially wanted to offer first aid, but mostly just kind of curious to see where all this blood was coming from. Didn't find the man. He was already apprehended. I'm assuming it's a man. Could have been anyone. But did get to follow a blood trail. So that was cool, sort of. Like a little bit of a horror movie. No victim, although. But was pretty interesting. I have never in my life walked out to that much blood. Like, that person had to have been quite injured by the window they broke in on. I don't know what they cut, but it was something important and arterial. Because there was quite a lot of blood on the floor. And, like, handprints on the walls. All over every doorknob, so like you couldn't open anything without just committing to getting blood on your hands, which like I don't really give a shit because kind of like my work involves a lot of blood, so I'm pretty used to it. And I was like, well, you just wash your hands after, don't touch your face while you have blood on your hands. Easy. But apparently that really freaks some people out to have blood on their hands. So a lot of people were grossed out. But interesting weekend at work. And then tomorrow I go back to work and get to euthanize some rats, which is interesting. Not fun, but part of le job. Sheep for reverse sweep? Indeed. Goop XP, sheep for reverse sweep. We'll have to see. Like I said, Philadelphia has shown they're capable of it before. They might do it again tonight, but Atlanta is, quite frankly, just on fire right now, and they are being very on top of all their rotations, all their plans. The aggression is good. I don't quite know if Philadelphia is going to contend with that. We'll see. They do have their other tank here on the sidelines, which is Young Gonna Win, I think, is their other tank player. And then I think that's their only potential swap that they have that they could make. So maybe, you know, like I said the last time I casted, getting some fresh blood on the bench, someone who isn't potentially super tilted or coming into it with some fresh eyes can help turn things around. Especially, like I said, it's easy for me to like pick out flaws and issues and things they didn't do, things they forgot about, because I'm here in the third person perspective kind of watching everything go down. It's harder to do it when you're in the game, so sometimes having someone who was a spectator come in and play, they can bring insight into the game, which can help you. Alrighty, we still have 5 minutes of timeout. Oh god, it's only been halfway through timeout. Halfway through timeout. People say I should just play music during this and take a break, but I hate to break it to you, even like the non-copyright, like the DMCA free music lists aren't always DMCA free. I know some of the casters have used DMCA free music or DMCA non-copyrighted music supposedly, and I have gotten copyright claims on the YouTube channel. No strikes yet, but I have gotten little nicks, which I think means they kill the audio for that video, which is unfortunate, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Hey cat, you want a mouse? You want a toy? Not a real mouse, fake mouse, promise. Potentially there are real mice, but they're in the ceiling, so it's fine. Mostly. What to talk about? What to talk about? It is coming up on August, hottest month of the year, as well as quite smoky if you are a West Coaster like myself. We are getting fried quite a bit out here in the wild, and there is quite a few fires started, so I hope everyone is staying safe and cool during this last month of summer before we go into September. This last little bit of summer fun. Hope you all went to the beach and enjoyed it while you can before the country closes down again because people are stupid and won't get vaccinated. So, you know, stay safe, kids. Get your vaccine if you haven't already and if it's available. I think anyone over the age of 12 now is eligible for the vaccine, which should be all of you little shits because I think Twitch is 13 plus in terms of aging unless they've changed their website rules. So hopefully I have a fully vaccinated chat here, double doses. But we are still... Ooh, it looks like there is going to be a swap. Weedy going out to the bench with Young Gonna Win on coming in for him. Still haven't picked a map as we are waiting for this timeout to tick down. Thank you for the follow, Chonk Babu. Great play today. Looking forward to seeing you continue that sick Baptiste play. As I play with my cat, I have a stick. It's not an actual stick. It was once part of a thing, but now it's mostly just a stick. And my cats are obsessed with it. It's quite funny. It's just a little stick. But it means the world to them. But these are also the cats that like all the fancy toys I buy them and nothing will entertain them as much as me throwing a Q-tip at them. That's just like the best thing for them is watching that Q-tip come in. Yeah, cat, you gonna get it? Alas, you do not have the opposable thumbs to grip the stick. It's unfortunate indeed. I think if cats had opposable thumbs, I would be potentially terrified of them because I think potentially they could just take over. Like there would be no stopping them at that point. Like goodbye, cruel world. Hopefully you brought lots of wet food to appease the new overlords. But I only have one more minute of timeout. One more minute of timeout. We're almost there. Ooh, what happened to the cap? Did you eat the cap, cat? Hey, hold on. Nope. Let's not eat this tiny little bit of plastic. It's not good for you. Shockingly, I know. But plastic is not good for cat. It's not good for bitten. It's not good for bitten. Also, where is your sister? There's supposed to be a second cat in this apartment. I don't know where she is. She's probably by the window. I can't see it. But she's probably by the window. Pawns? Pawns? She's not gonna come. She's like, you have nothing interesting for me. She also gets really pissy around this time because she's getting close to dinner time. So we're gonna have to see what happens. See what happens next. Not just with my cat, but also with this game, as timeout is supposed to be officially done. And they're supposed to pick a map, and I'm not gonna have to fill dead air anymore, which I am not great at, especially when my brain has been deep fried. Which it hasn't, it just feels like it. I'd be very dead if my brain was deep fried. Although maybe that would be, you know how like Walt Disney had his brain frozen? Maybe that's the real way to like preserve yourself, is to just be deep fried. I can be the new funeral hotness. Don't cremate yourself, deep fry yourself. Deep fry yourself and then let all the attendees of your funeral consume your corpse. There is, I forget what culture it is, but there is a culture where part of their funeral tradition does entail eating the dead body of the recently deceased, which I think is quite interesting. I only know this because um, they were studied for their resistance to prions, which is like prions are really interesting. I don't think they're technically bacteria. I think they're viruses. I'm gonna have to Google something real quick. Prions, I think, are viruses, but they're the same thing you get like from mad cow disease. I don't know if are they a virus technically. I don't think they're a virus. No, they're not a virus. They are proteins, so they don't have any sort of nucleic acids, much like other bacteria, viruses, fungals, viroids, or parasites. Interesting. Prions are transmissible proteins, so they are in. So this is basically the stuff like mad cow disease. So that's a prion disease. Um, Also chronic wasting disease, which is how you make like zombie deer. Um, Bovine spongiform encephaly, which is mad cow disease, which turns their brain. But essentially, this is why we can't eat cow brain, is mad cow disease. Um, but yeah, this population was resistant to prions because they had just like in the many generations of eating dead people, which is obviously not good because prions exist. And if you eat a person, you're likely to die from prions. Because eating people isn't great for you, despite the fact that human flesh tastes like pork. Eating it, not great, not as good as pork, because prions. But essentially, what this group had done is they had kind of artificially selected for resistance against prions via their funeral rites, which was fascinating. And I think they were studying them to try and find a way to like better combat prion-based diseases like mad cow disease and chronic wasting disease. Not just in us, which is like you don't want to eat a deer or a cow that has mad cow disease or any sort of prion disease. Um, but also like these animals, like these diseases just rip through their populations. So it's interesting, and it looks like we have a map picked. We're going to Volskaya Industries. We are going to potentially end this game in the cold Russian winter. Let's see. Whoop. Looks like we're going to get right in there as I desperately tried to hide
Traveling to
chat but can't
Volskaya
because we're starting the
Industries.
game. Alrighty, let me swap you guys over to this screen. Welcome to Volsky
Initiating
Industries, everyone.
match.
We are here, and let's see. We saw a lot of Symmetron Route 66. I don't think we'll see it here. I don't think she's a strat here, except for potentially if you want to, like, do a sneaky deaky teleporter onto this high ground, which I think you could pull off and potentially set up here. Take the defender position. I'm learning so much. Thanks, Monster Dweller. I try to
Ready for battle.
become a human Wikipedia page when timeouts happen. Alright, looks like Sigma is extremely favored right now. We have double shield coming out from Atlanta Crusaders with the Farah Mercy. That Jubrok on the Hanzo. Womp coming in for Chonk Babu, but taking over the Baptiste role. Flank Bastion on the Diva, Young on the Sigma, Sinister on the Echo. Oh, never mind. Young on the Orisa, Sinister on the Echo, Dippity on the Baptiste, half a lemon
5,
on the Lucio.
3,
There we go. And Beef Overlord on the
attackers in
McCree. Never mind. Young going over to the Diva.
Buckle down. Get
Let's
it
see.
done.
Let's stick with Dab Master and see
Right beside you.
how they play it with this Pharah. They are giving them a lot of space to walk in, which is, I guess, how you want to play this double shield pretty far back. But,
I will not
like,
waste this opportunity.
what is this Pharah play? Like, what are you doing, Dab? Like, he needs to get over there to be, like, aggressively holding the doors above them so they can't really shoot at him, but he can shoot rockets at him. They're going to do a quick rotate. Boop comes down. They are going to manage to move flank Bastion off the high ground. Dippity is going to get picked by that Jubrok. Beef Overload dangerously low is going to get cleaned up by Dab Master. Sinister also getting cleaned up by Dab Master. Flank Bastion is going to get the pick onto that Jubrok before going down to Acid. And the Boop kill onto half a lemon. Rez comes out for that Jubrok.
Thanks for the assist.
Young
Your
backing out
support
to
has
regroup
arrived.
with the team. 65% to Barrage, but we also have a window. I think here. Some swaps? Yes, swaps. We're going over to
Sigma,
double shield with the
present.
Zenyatta. Interesting. Interesting. Where do you set up this double shield against the pharmacy? I would think the Diva you would want to stick with for the pharmacy. I'm gonna rotate through here, I guess, with the shield. Beef Overload lagging behind on the Hanzo is gonna have to find a way there on its own. Waiting for the shield cooldown from the looks of it. Flank Bastion is going to use his barrier to get Beef into here. Shield also going down as they do another rotate onto the high ground, but the Hanzo is here gonna try to get the pull off on him, but is going to back up here. Dab Master does have a barrage, is going to use it and get 3 from above the door, 4 from above the door, and then the cleanup on to Flank Bastion. No, Flank Bastion is going to kill themselves. Ass is going to get the pick onto half a lemon. They also have a Dragon Strike as well as a Valkyrie ready and waiting with the window here. Window's also ready on the side of Philadelphia Fright. I don't quite understand this comp into their double shield, because you have to push your double shield into their double shield, and it's not like you have a sim to teleport you around like you did last time to like help you close the gap between the enemy team. You're just kind of using all of your shield to get over here. At which point I feel like a Diva would do better with that. Yeah, there goes half a lemon. That's one pick already down. Everyone's super low. Trying to peek out here. And it's just right now onto Dippity to heal everyone. As they try, and it's like Dab Master already has another barrage, just getting so much poke damage on the long walk on the way through, and he's gonna go spawn camp. You know, that Jubrok has the Dragon Strike ready for whenever he needs it. Window coming through, counter window coming through. Flank Bastion actually does manage to get the pick. Lift coming out from Acid. Dab Master does get the pick onto half the lemon. And it looks like that is going to be a continued hold from the Atlanta Crusaders.
It's nearly over. Keep up our defense.
They have both DPS ults still on the side of Atlanta. Almost have a copy on the side of Philadelphia as well as a bongo. Probably gonna get a Dragon
10
Strike,
seconds.
but it is last fight territory. Who's gonna touch here? Can they even get to point in time? I don't know that they can get to point in time. Dragon Strike from that Jubrock. They do manage to get to point in time, but not without that Jubrock getting picked. Dab tried to barrage, did immediately get destroyed, but luckily that Jubrock is here along with Acid to clean up the team. Magnomaly getting the final kill onto Sinister. And that is a
Complete.
full hold from Atlanta Crusaders.
Score 0
Dang, dang.
to 0. Switching sides.
Dang, dang.
Initiating match.
Alrighty, we are back here. I mean, I think the best that Philadelphia can hope for now is a draw. If they full hold it just like Atlanta did. But you gotta be pretty demoralized here. It is match point for Atlanta Crusaders and they just full held you. I know Philadelphia can rally against adversity. Let's see if they manage to do it in full hold here.
Ready for battle.
Looks like we're going to see double shields again on both sides. It looks like Dabmaster is going to go off the Pharah onto the Symmetra to help them get through the choke. This is what I was saying, is I think this is going to help so much. If you're going to run the double shield, you have to find a way, like, Sigma and Orisa are not
In 30 seconds.
mobile, aggressive, in-your-face tanks. Like, you need a way to get them around, and either you need a Symmetra, Lucy, like, something has to give to move them. They also got Womp Domp on the Lucio, Magnomaly on the Mercy. This is a low heal comp, but high utility, so we'll see. The res is good, the speed is good. Also have again the double shield, Sinister on the Echo, Dippity on the Baptiste, Half a Lemon on the Zenyatta, and Beef Overload on the Torb, the turret acting as a seventh member of the team. Alright. Looks like they're going to teleport over here, and then Acid is immediately going to go back to, or not Acid, Dabmaster's going to go back to swap to the Pharah, going to take out that turret once they reposition the team across. Crossfitter is going to have to use Gold Farm early, but is going to get the Immortality to save them. Looks to place the shield, does manage, is going to place the shield. Turret is down, Dabmaster managed to get the pick onto Sinister. Just one down for the defense. That Jubrock also going to get the pick onto Half a Lemon here. Dropping to add some pressure onto the objective. Acid got the pick onto Beef Overload, Dabmaster got the pick onto Young, and now it is a desperate attempt to contest the point. As it looks like Atlanta is about to take this game.
Victory.
Nice job, Atlanta. Clean aggression and execution. Play of the game is going to go to Dabmaster. It's going to be that quadruple barrage. You can see them position above the doors like you want to with Pharah. There is the 4 with the last. I mean, you technically didn't kill Young, but damaged him a lot. Or Flank Bastion. Damaged him a lot. Alright. Guess we will update the scores here and switch over to this screen. Congratulations to Atlanta Crusaders on their win tonight. It is no easy feat to beat the Philadelphia Fright, so good job, y'all. It's a great game to cast. Specific shout out to Acid for just crushing it on the off-tank role, as per usual. Other than that, some nice plays from Dabmaster, as well as that Jubrock coming out. Triton consistently good on the Soldier. Chonk Babu had some good heals, as well as Magnomaly. Womp Domp coming in at the end there and being supportive. Philadelphia Fright also had some really good plays. Sinister being consistently good. Beef Overload also being consistently good on the DPS. Nice heals coming out from Half a Lemon. As well as Dippity. Flank Bastion and Young did some good tank play with Weedy, who had that sick shatter earlier on Ilios. So nice job, everyone. And thank you all for joining me tonight as we casted this game. Hopefully I will catch you again next week for week 4 on season 6 of Mock Overwatch League. Anyways, thank you and good night, y'all.